remember the Casa days of old, the yearning to come back to your partner, the angst, the betrayal of, oh my gosh, the person I'm closed off with came back with someone else. Love Island episode 31 has wrapped. Let's have a recap. It is the recoupling, and there's not much of that, those things I described. The whole, like, everyone, oh, will he not, whatever, that whole kind of thing. Because no one's closed off, everyone's open. The recoupling was very quick. It ended as the last person came in, essentially, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. But the real pull of Casa, and the beautiful Molly May and Tommy reunion we didn't have, or the Amber and Michael moment, or the Millie and Leon, that whole kind of thing. There's not really that. They're trying to make it with Emily and Tommy, and it's not giving. And I spoiled that already, but we know that's what's happening anyway. Anyways, it's like very quick. They get to the recoupling quickly. Dee is going on again in the castle, like, oh my gosh, I miss Meg, and then later saying to Andre, like an hour later, it seemed like, oh, you look like you want to kiss me, and Andrada's talking to the girls like, ugh. And Ben is saying to Andrada, like, are you gonna get in the villa with me and try to just go like break Dijon? And she's like, no, like, I like you, whatever. Gio, I'm sad. He says to the boys, I'm not really feeling with yes. He ends it with her. I'm sad because I like them together. They seem cute, but he seems like such a nice, genuine guy. Like he just like seems so kind. In the villa, Emily and Meg are sitting there waiting for Tommy and Dee. Billikis kisses Martin. She also has been chatting to Boris and kissed Boris. And Shakira pulls Helen up on like, why are you talking about me behind my back to Ty, and like saying that this is a game or whatever. Anyways, like I said, to the recoupling, it was very quick. There wasn't a whole like amazing Casa. Like usually the Casa recoupling is like a must-watch episode. This is kind of just like whatever. Billikis chooses Boris over Martin. Giorgio comes back single. Doesn't pick Yaz. Meg stays single, so does Dijon. And Dijon's like, I've been sleeping on the day beds every night, like acting like he's so perfect. But when the way he's been moving is kind of worse than like sleeping in bed with the girl or like kissing her outside challenges. Like he's been like actively, heavily flirting with Andrada. Anyway, we'll see what happens there. Shakira picks Ty. Ben comes in with Andrada, and that's when they kind of have a moment where it's like, Maya Jama, my perfect instigator, where she's like, Andrada, have you been getting to anyone else? And she's like, yeah, I've been getting to know Dijon and the whole thing. And we're gonna see when maybe Andrada talks to Meg, because that needs to happen. Tony picks Cash. Harrison comes in with Lauren. They're gonna have a back and forth where she's like, I knew you were gonna do that, and he's like, you did it too. But to be fair, Tony moved very differently than Harrison, because within the first hour, Harrison was hopping on Lucy and then Lauren. Helena stays single, so does Harry. Surprise, surprise. He was talking to Rhea, didn't bring her back, and they have a little. Right after that, Ash uses Jamie, and Connor brings back Emma, who's Harry's ex, and they have a little spat back and forth. Not spat, but like Emma's like, I think he's scared to get exposed, like for how he's been, because she's like come all this way to talk bad on me, whatever. And then Emily stays single. Tommy comes back in with Lucy, and that's where it ends. We'll see what happens, but there's a lot of conversations that need to be had.